Ex-boyfriend, 32M, says that people who aren't financially successful and highly educated aren't people he wants to be friends with. That's me, 30F. Hi all, so I dated this guy from January of 2020 until a few days ago. He makes about 4 times what I make. Recently we got into an argument about how often he was texting a girl he just met. I was like, yeah, she was an old friend or something, texting every day wouldn't be weird, but I'm sorry, this is weird. And he goes on to say he wants to connect with her because he can't be friends with just anyone. He likes to be friends with educated and successful people. She's that. I tried to take it in stride, but that fucking hurts. Like, I have a bachelor's degree, but I don't make what he and his friends make. We ended things because we have different goals in life. Like, he wants to make 200k a year, and while I want to be successful, I really just want to be a good person. I know that sounds like a stupid goal or whatever, but I want to give everyone a fair shot, and I don't think that money or education is a measure of someone's worth. My main focus is to live my life and do the right thing and help people when I can. It's not like I'm the type of person who doesn't work. I am a productive member of society. He's told me that people who aren't up to his standard aren't worth knowing. I've tried being better about spending and stuff like that. I'm trying to improve my finances, but I feel like I'm stuck a little. I don't know. It just hurts to feel devalued by someone you cared about. I'm just looking for perspective. Am I childish? Am I not having a realistic outlook on life? His opinion should be irrelevant to you. I know. I just really valued him as a person, so it's hard to let go. He sounds like a tool. Good riddance. You're not childish. You two have different values in life. He values money, education, and success. You value interpersonal relationships, and contributing to society. If anything, you should be thankful that he verbalized it the way he did, as now you know that you two are just not compatible. It's pointless to analyze the reasons why he is the way he is. In my experience, someone who only wants to be around financially successful people will always be concerned with who is richer than him. He will always be chasing the dollar. Money can make life easier but does not make one happy. Most of us know many wealthy people who are not happy with life. There is always someone richer. Be happy with the person you are. You have a place to live, a job, friends. There's a room full of rich businessmen and they're all boasting their wealth, status, and new vacation homes. A poor man finds himself amidst the businessmen and chuckles. One of them asks the poor man what he has. He says, "I'll have something you will never have. Enough." Were you dating my ex? Sounds like exactly the same person. He constantly looked down on me for working full-time while studying part-time, yet his parents sponsored him his whole life, right through varsity etc. He didn't work until after he finished his master's degree. Lol, oh wow. Some people have no self-awareness. Is it okay to be single and have no sexual partners by choice? Is it okay to be single and want to just do you for a while? Like, no FWBs to meet up with. I've been on a Tinder binge and have multiple FWBs, and to be honest, it's kind of exhausting. Yeah, sex is awesome, but I feel like it's preventing me from growing as an individual and keeping me from meeting a special girl. Do any of you just have a dry spell by choice? Haha, that sounds ridiculous. It's just in our culture as men I feel there is always a pressure to get pussy or ass often, or you're a loser. I could care less what people think. I'm just wondering if other guys decide to be alone for hours to work on themselves and how it works out for them. Yes, OFC. In general, you should only have sex with someone if you genuinely want to have sex, not because you feel pressured for whatever reason. Welcome to being an adult, where you can make choices for yourself and don't have to justify or explain them to anyone. Really, it's very mature thinking to want to spend time growing yourself and waiting for someone special, instead of the meaningless hookups, or doing anything meaningless. Don't stress if you want this, or if later, you do want to FWB. Just be happy. After my divorce, I was single for about a year before I tried to date. Had a few hookups, went on a bunch of dates, Had a few girlfriends over the course of a few years. I found the whole thing exhausting. Sex was never worth the work, even if it was enjoyable, and relationships just felt like work to me. So I made the decision to not worry about any of that, to stop looking. If I was horny, there is a hand I can use. If I was lonely, there are friends and there is no pressure with them. I was single for 2 years. No hookups, no dates, no pressure or effort on my part. I got to know myself really well. I found hobbies and interests and was able to really focus on me. Then I met my now wife. It was great because there was no pressure, no effort, no work. We were old friends from high school. We met up online with zero romantic intent, and that led to meeting up in person. Neither of us thought for a moment that we were going into a romantic situation, but it just felt right. We have been together for 12 years now and we are both very happy. I can't imagine living my life without her in it. But that never would have happened had I kept trying to make something happen. I needed to stop looking for it to find me. Why would it not be okay? I've been single for about 5 years and am on a self-proclaimed dry spell. I'm still horny but not enough. Sex is complicated. It's risky, pregnancy/disease, and hard to come by in quality. As a lady, finding an FWB is hard. You have to find someone you sexually vibe with, and before that you have to kiss a lot of frogs. The frogs are not worth it at all. Is this guy going to respect my boundaries? Will he care about my pleasure? Am I safe? Does he have anger management issues and will get mad/violent if I don't put out? Do I want this person to know where I live in case it goes sour? Do I want to go to his place? Will I be safe there? Will his place be clean? Sex is awesome and risky at the same time, and most of the time it is not great without love. It's mechanic. To do something mechanic, just masturbate, at least then you will get off for sure. As for sex, it's 50-50. And no, you aren't a lesser man for not having sex in a while. It's a 2 or more person activity, and if what you want to get out of it, pleasure, is not confirmed, then there's no reason to not do it. My little brother 10M decided to play a prank on me 15M. This morning I played a prank on my little brother. All I did was cover his computer mouse in cellophane wrap to that it felt weird when he used it. Harmless prank, right? Nope. He was absolutely furious and started screaming at me that I broke his mouse forever. After everything had calmed down and I showed him that his mouse was perfectly fine, he went back to his normal self, playing Fortnite. After a few hours of me doing nothing, I decided to go back to my room to check Discord. In my room I see a sight to behold. My great-grandfather, who had passed away 4 years ago, had given me a Newton's cradle as his last birthday gift to me, and I saw it slashed to pieces. The balls had been cut off and the base scratched up. All I can do now is cry. He was a saint and always was there for me whenever I needed him, and now my last reminder of him is broken and destroyed. I don't know what to do anymore. Should I break something meaningful to him? I know that if I do, my parents would take everything I have, because he is the favorite son, even though he is a total jackass. I just have no idea what to do. Update: I have stopped crying. Putting milk in his room is the best idea so far. I will begin preparations immediately, and by preparations, I mean getting milk. Update 2: I need to set something clear. Any of you are recommending that I punch him, or physically assault him in another way. This is not a viable option. He is a little bitch boy who moans to our mom every time I even adjust his leg to get it off of my chair. He constantly exaggerates and tells my parents I do things I don't. He lies and cheats everything he can and receives no consequences because he is the favorite. TBH, I have no idea why they like him more, as I am a very normal person, while he is most likely a sociopath who enjoyed making people feel bad. Any punching it totally out of the question and will just result in me destroying my relationship with my parents and them taking away any semblance of enjoyment from my life. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Tell your parents ASAP. Get a lock for your room, make sure your brother understands that his behavior is totally unacceptable, do not resort to violence, do not try to one-up him/get back at him. Until he apologizes, don't help him. Not with homework, not with money if you get an allowance, and if your parents ask why, explain why. Do you have access to the router? If so, block the following ports: TCP, 1935, 3478 to 3480. UDP 3074, 3478 to 3479. What you just did is block Fortnite's ability to connect to the internet, aka he can't play anymore. Remember to act dumb about what is happening, to prevent to the target of his anger. Other options: deepening on the router you have, restrict bandwidth to his computer, set it slow enough it's basically unusable, ban his MAC address, no internet for him. Or even better, set random time his internet connection will be dropped for a couple of minutes. My instant reaction would be to punch him in the face, but my mom always told me that violence wasn't the answer or something like that. So, next best thing, tell your parents what he did, and buy a lock for your door. That is an absolute disgusting reaction to a harmless joke, and one I wouldn't be able to forgive him for. Especially since he is old enough to know what he is doing. You're a lot more mature than I am, because I still think punch in the face would be a good choice for op. Get your parents involved. They need to take the reins on this one.